Here we go. Ah!
Minute long, like, lecture. That was the thing I forgot. I was talking about, oh, what sort of dumb shit did I forget today? Oh, it must have been me forgetting to put the leap motion twaco forward. Oh, that's what I forgot. No! I forgot to fucking plug my mic in. Yes, I was talking about, oh, mulberry stoat. I don't know any mulberry stoats. And I was like joking. I was wondering why no one was responding. I was like, man, things are not hitting tonight, are they? Well, now I know why. Talking to the air like a real bird brain. Look here. Oh. Bear of the... Oh, hair. Hair of the seasons. You can tell I'm a bird brain. I never learned how to read. Oh. I think that's an appropriate sound effect. There was something else I was talking about that I'm sure was very important. Oh, there's a comet! If you live in North America, tonight and tomorrow, you can actually see this cool comet. It's supposed to be like a bright green, super duper slow comet. So if you miss it tonight, you have tomorrow, and the next day if you live in a rural area. Luckily for me, I live in the boonies. I actually have an alarm set 3 hours from now to go out and hopefully see it. I live in the middle of the woods though, so I doubt that I'll be able to see it if it's too low on the horizon. Right. Music theory trivia. Did you know, just like how white keys have modes like Mixolydian, Lydian, Locrian, Dorian, Phrygian, Aeolian, Ionian. I know I missed one. Right? Was that 7? Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Oh, I got all of them. Those are something called white key modes. Because you can access all of them using just the white keys on a keyboard. But if you use the black keys, instead of having 7 notes, you have 5 notes, aka you have a bunch of pentatonic scales. And there are 5 pentatonic modes, just like how there are 7 diatonic or white key modes. But instead of having like fancy names, like the first 2 have names, and then the remaining 3 black key modes do not have names. So the first one is the minor pentatonic, because it begins with a minor third, and then you have the major pentatonic, which has a major interval somewhere later in the scale. And then you have pentatonic, you have mode 3, 4, and 5. That's the actual names for them. It's just, they're the other modes. They're not really as important as the diatonic scales because, well, pentatonic scales all just kind of sound the same because they don't really have things like leading tones or tritones, things that, you know, kind of make chords work, you know, that gives chords function in the world of diatonics. Pentatonics, you know, it's just, there's not really any crunchy chords. That's kind of like the appeal of these black key modes in the first place. There's your music theory trivia. I hope that you're happy. I never learned how to read. I also lack hand-eye coordination. Oh. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. If anyone knows what game these musics are from, these musical pushes up glasses, musical pieces are from, you get nothing, actually. Fuck you, but I'll recognize you. Huh? Why is it Chrome working? Hold on. Chrome, I set you up, oh, there it is. You stupid fat whore. You stupid piece of shit. You fucking cunt. Oh, right, let me, oh, fuck! Oops, I forgot to turn on the... No, there's another thing I forgot. I forgot to turn on the stuff for y'all to use. Hold on. There you go. Right. Refresh the stream, they'll show up. Cursing out a browser. I know that you're legitimately new here, But there's a lot of things that you're gonna see me curse out. For real, no cap. Immediately she asks for Femtato. It's like crack to her. Alright, hold on. Oh, by the way, is it fine if I just call you Hair? What name do you prefer? Ooh woo, oh whoa. I don't need to warm up that much tonight. I've been drawing all day. I actually took a little bit of a break before the stream because I'm like, I know that I have commissions to work on. I know that my hands are gonna hurt. I actually popped a few aspirins right before the stream, so I think I should be fine. Right. Just Hair is fine? You gotcha. How's your night going, Hair? Or, very early morning if you're one of those quote-unquote European people that I keep- Oh, that's what yes, hold on, I have to turn off Arcade. I'm so sorry. Arcade, my beloved. Where is he? Arcade! Hello? Well, there's one thing. Is it here? Ah, here we go! Okay. Right. There we are. Right. Ow, and I forgot to- I had it written down. I was also supposed to have a menu button. Damn it. Yeah, I'm a forgetful little... Oh. Oh my god! I love that Arcade. I love that man so fucking much. He's the love of my life. Hold on. No. Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Pyth. Thank you. You gave me 20 bits? Thank you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I fucking love nerdy boys. I love Arcade. He is the fictional character I have decided to simp over. I'm an Arcade stan, if you will. I actually have a lot of porn that I have to like specifically not pull up. So if you see any porn, no you didn't. Oh, here's Arcade as a Ganon. This is Arcade Israel Ganon. Toucan Ganon, if you will. Here's more Arcades. I like roguelikes, and I love I like art. That's pretty cool. Arcade. Oh no, I'm simping. I'm simping! This is all you need. This is all the art stream has to be. Okay. I have more Arcade. Yes. Yeah, you came for an art stream. I know I said community requests. I actually didn't mean it. This is now just an Arcade stand stream. Oh, I have one last one. Cowboy joy! Cowboy joy! What if Arcade put on some cute little cowboy clothing? And he's like, oh my god, my penis is so big. Oh shit. And I would be like, yeah, bitch, now bend over. Oh no! 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 No, that was the worst sound I could have possibly... Oh god. Oh shit. Okay, alright, okay, time to drop Femtato. Yeah, by art stream, I really mean looking at art I made of Arcade for 3 hours. What's up, Halo? I love the very combative music. Why is it so dramatic? Arcade helped me figure out that maybe I'm a homosexual. Oh dear. Oh god, you look a little wall-eyed there, Potato. Let me fix you. Renamon? Is that one of those digital monsters? I actually don't really know a whole lot about... I do not know a whole lot. Okay, this is too much. We need to go to, like, more chill music. There we go. I don't know all that much about Digital Mansudas. I know a little bit about Poketo Mansudas. Not the new ones, though. Just watch? No, I think I'm good. But I'm glad someone can enjoy it. I don't really watch TV shows. I don't really consume media. I just sit and I work. I am begging offices to hire me. Please! Working is my life, man. Please! Okay, alright, Potato. You need to go south, my good girl. My sister in Christ. I'm gonna be a little bit more... Oh, what's the word? Delicate? I'm more attentive to this one just because it's like my current warm-up. I've been drawing all day, but I took a break for a few hours. Damn you, Potato. Always making me draw females. One day you'll get your comeuppance. Oh, by the way, I know you said earlier in Discord, but has your PC been booting normally? Like, besides that one normal boot, has it been booting normally? I think I should invest in one of those, like, SSD card backups, because I have an SSD, and I have an HDD. I use my HDD for most of my storage, and I try not to have stuff on my SSD, because the more stuff you have on it, the more stressful it is for it, and it's already kind of old. So if my SSD dries, I have most of my, if not all of my importante files on my HDD. Wait, RAM, uh-oh, hold on. Yeah, there we go. That's a more appropriate size. Someone say Ram Ranch? It rocks. Cowboys love big heart throbbing cocks. Oh, I love Ram Ranch. I want to take Arcade to Ram Ranch. I want to take Arcade to Ram Ranch. Oh, I thought you were watching on your PC. Bum, ba, 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 beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. And she's wearing another beautiful fucking dress. Should I see a Wagner? What? In Vienna? You know, Jakey, you're always talking about going on flights of fancy to far-off countries. I want to go to a far-off country. You're cozy in your warm bed. You know, understandable. I would be cozy in my slippers if they weren't ruined. I was actually desperate. I was looking online for a way to hopefully fix my slippers, but nah, they're fucked. They're boned with a capital B. You are for real? Oh, for real? No cap this time? Lundgren? Or Parsifal? Oh, I haven't heard of the P word. No. Like, I didn't cut them open, but there's like a material in there that, I think it's maybe rice, you know, because you can heat it up and it like keeps your toes warm. It got hard as a rock. It went through the washer and the dryer. When you're not supposed to even like immerse it in water, let alone do all of that. Which I knew, but it was hidden among my sheets, somehow. Here, I'm gonna put your arm in front of your body. It looks like you're picking out a wedgie there, Miss Potato. There we go. That's a good warm-up. Good, quick one. Oh, right, another thing you should know about me, I love rubbing out quick ones. That's how I do it. Oh, I want to draw Leppy. Oh, Leppy! When I come back to Blender, I have got to make a better Leppy model. His current model, I made it when I was learning. It was my second model. His topology is so bad. Like, hold on. Let me show you guys Leppy's face. Hopefully I can find him here. You can look at Arcade. Oh no, as soon as I pull him up, Ram Ranch stops, of course. Yeah, you know, this is fitting music for Arcade. Jungle music, of course. No, get rid of the armature. There we go. Yeah, you can look at his pretty cute little face while I, Okay, good, you can't see this. Good. Because I was a dummy and saved him somewhere. Yeah, here we go. So if you just look at his topography, oh, look at that. That's awful, dude. The loops here too are awful. Ah, yes. Look at those loops. Those are very interesting. Like this one, doesn't really make a whole ton of sense. This one, okay, you know, that's kind of alright. It stops up here because of the weird thing I did with the elbows. But these loops, it's like one of those Hot Wheels race tracks, if you can't see it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god! Loop this cock in your ass! No! Bruh! Like, what happened? I was really proud at the time of, oh, don't look at his face, oh god. I was proud on how I figured out how to do his antennae. Oh god. Oh, Leppy. Oh, his face. Oh, Leppy. Leppy, oh! Oh, there we go. Ooh, oh, Leppy Pog. Oh, God. Oh, his eyes. Oh. No. His mouth. Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's so rancid. Oh, and there's something rancid happening, like where his brow line would be if he had it. Oh, look at this! Oh, I really wanted to make that work. I was desperate. Right. Alright, kids. So, next time when someone tells you to really pay attention to your topography, this is what they mean. This is what's gonna happen if you don't do that. You'll get a disgusting mess like Leppy. Actually, what is your... Oh, what a mess. I never did go back and do the seams for Leppy. He's supposed to be a big old plush. He's like 9 feet tall. Oh god, and you can see where I subdivided without applying the mirror. He's got a pointy body all the way down. I was just saying that's the whole reason why I'm pulling up Leppy so we can look at him. I'm saying when I come back to Blender for personal projects in a while. AKA whenever I fucking feel like it, liberals. I will do a Leppy, like, from scratch. This guy, Leppy, as he is now, unsalvageable. Oh, Leppy. Oh, my big boy. But now I know how to do, like, I'll say translucent. I don't just mean the shader. I mean, you know, like a glass-like material in front of his eyes. Because, to be honest, I wasn't really quite sure how I wanted to do the eyes. Or I had an idea, but I didn't know how to do it in Blender at the time. But now I do! It only takes 7 steps. 7 very easy steps. Oh, sorry. Sorry. The lead water is preventing me from remembering. It's okay. I have fluoride in my water, and it prevents me from remembering. Where am I? Who are you? Well, who are you people? Oh, right, I was trying to draw Leppy, and then I got distracted. Calling me a bird brain is both accurate and morally correct. I love Leppy. Oh, I need to draw Joy hugging Leppy again, but have it not look so weird this time. Last time I tried drawing it, it looked like Joy was trying to breastfeed from Leppy. It didn't turn out so well. I need to do more studies of characters interacting. He's got pretty big eyes. His eyes are about, if you want to know how big Leppy is, like I said he was 9 feet tall, but if you want to know, his head is like the size of someone's torso. And his eyes, each eye is like the size of a human head. He's a big boy. Oh, my sweet little child. There is not a single thought behind those eyes. Not a single freaking thought. My beautiful little darling. Sweet little child. Oh! Oh yeah. This is much more appealing to me. Usually, what I think I'm going to expect is my brother getting up at around like 8:30 and leaving by 9. But today, it was so like the timing matched up perfectly. He like ran out the door just as I started my stream. Like the timing could have not been more perfect. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know, like, the time I start streaming. He didn't even notice until he was already downstairs. And I was like, shit! He's got a collar. It's not a choker! Okay? Leppy is not wearing a cute little black choker. It's a collar. Actually, in the world building he's from, it's supposed to be like propaganda. Leppy is pro-hiker propaganda, and his little collar is supposed to represent like a slave collar that the hikers would use. Very cute, Leppy. Not that Leppy himself is pro-hiker or pro-slavery. He was just merely a tool. He probably doesn't even know what slavery is. Stupid dumb bunny. Right. I haven't drawn him from the side, really. I've been struggling with his front anatomy. Yeah, I really need to redo him. You've been bouncing around? No, you don't get to like... No, just kidding. Let me finish kind of conceptualizing what... I'm struggling with Leppy's arm here. You look like someone stood you up on a date. Angry Tato. Now tell me, Potato, is Femtato, does she really need that adjective anymore, or is that the true you now? You don't have to lie to Daddy. Oh. Oh god. I just don't want his arms to look like a wrinkled penis. That's all I ask. Oh no, they turned Leppy into a penis. Oh my, oh no. Oh shit. Oh, that's what I figured. I was just trying to be a memester. This is Leppy post getting patched up by Joy. You see here, you little cunt? I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. Actually, I don't really quite know what Leppy would sound like. I've gone somewhat between he would sound like a cis lady, or he would be voiced by Yes Man. Because he serves kind of like a similar role to Yes Man. Whoa, okay, those do not look quite like bunny legs. The cute bird. What are you talking about? Are you, I thought you were in bed. Are you at a restaurant? Oh! Wait, are you talking about, like, your picture? The drawing, yeah, okay. I was like, wait. Are you gaslighting me? You fucking whore! You fucking whore! How dare you! No! I can't believe Potato would fucking lie to me. Oh, I meant to bake some bread today. My brother got us some more milk, and I've been thinking about making that bread. I fucking love bread. I love Leppy. I want to hug him. Tomorrow, I've just been eating the rest of the vegetable stew I've had in the fridge for maybe a little bit too long. Actually, I haven't eaten it yet tonight, but last night I wanted to stream, but I got like unexpectedly. I was hanging out with a friend, and then I realized how late it was, but I was getting like super nauseous, and I'm like, why do I feel nauseous? Like, I had that stew last night, and it tasted fine, it smelled fine, but I think, the thought just occurred to me, maybe that stew is, like, making me sick or something. It was a really good meal, but I'm, like, scared now. Now that the thought just occurred to me, because I don't remember how old it is. I know it's been in there for at least 4 days, which is already kinda, that's a bit icky, right? I'm not tripping. So I'm debating on whether or not I should actually eat it tonight or not. Right, he needs more, like, crumpulation here. Anything for my little Leppy. He looks so much more expressive with his ears up, but his more, like a more realistic pose would just be the ears down and tucked away. Not that that can't be interesting. Oh, Leppy is reminding me. Oh no. Oh my god. I don't think anyone is gonna like think about this except for me. But there's a character from Made in Abyss who's like also pink and very childlike. And they have a very interesting looking arm. That is definitely not like phallic. It's like a coffee bean. See? It's not phallic. I don't know why it's brain rot. It's anime brain rot why I'm thinking about this. Dear Fawn? You're right. I'll give you a deer fawn wearing a silly hat. Hold on, let's be smart and use references. I like to think that I'm smart. Oh, sorry. Let me use more wise and storied words like intelligent. I like to think I'm more intelligent than I lead on. Yeah, it's not stealing. It's just referencing content. See, Joy just, he's supposed to be a parody of Arcade. Yeah! I'm trying to find a good image of like one of these little dickheads lying down. Little baby. You know, I love it when I see young hooved animals because they just look so goofy. Like, you know, the whole reason. Oh, what sort of hat should I put on it? Oh, I know. I have to look it up. It's oh, I don't know how to. Spinny hat. Oh my god! Propeller hat. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Alright guys, if we reach 50 subscribers by the end of February, I'll show up to all of my job interviews unironically wearing a propeller hat. And if anyone asks, I'll just say, what's wrong about my hat? Is there an issue? Yeah, Joy is just a parody of Arcade, also acting, looking, behaving. He has the same cock size, same outfits, and is also voiced by Zachary Levi. But he's not Arcade. Yeah. You see, he's a parody because he's a vegan, and that's the one thing Arcade wasn't. But they're still both whiny bitches. Oh yeah. Don't tell Arcade don't tell him I said that he was a whiny bitch. You call me one. Oh. Oh. Okay, that does kind of look cute. Imagine this. You're out on like a walk in the wild. And you see this little fawn. And you go to yourself, oh, that's kind of cute. And it's then you realized, who gave you this propeller hat? Like, you don't see the propeller hat first, you know, this bright rainbow-colored object. No, you don't see that first. You see this animal who is supposed to be disguised into the wilderness first. Good plan of action. Oh yeah, Joy is also voiced by Zach Levi, despite the medium that Joy existing in being a comic, and not like a TV show or a video game. No, sir. Oh no! Leppy. There you are. Leppy, my beloved. Oh. One thing I will say that I enjoy about Fallout 4 is the attention to detail and the seams and rips and tears of the outfits. That's like primo neuron activation for me, personally. Yeah, let's have like some of his stuffing, maybe. He's got a little boo-boo. His arm looks a little small. You know, now that I am more comfortable in my new place, if you guys behave, we might do a traditional art stream. We might do those again. I still got all my markers. Most of them are probably dry by now, but the markers that aren't dry, we'll use. That's my Pythania guarantee. No more dry markers. If I can help it. Looking at a reference image. I love this man so much. I'd make another request if my brain weren't to goop after a day of travel. Yes, how dare you not request? I cannot believe this. I'm going to call the police. They're going to suck your weenie. And you're gonna be like, oh my god, oh! Let be unironically your favorite mix. You know, I also really quite like wow! Part 2, not what I meant to press. I also really like Leppy. Like what he, you know, like world building wise, what he stood for, character wise, what he is currently. His design, very cute. His personality, very poggers. One of the only morally good and righteous characters in all of Nyx. And, of course, spoiler alert, he dies. Leppy dies a horrible, awful, gruesome death. But he gets better. Just like, I was gonna say most of the characters in my story who die, they get better. No, they don't, but Leppy's one of the only 2 characters who die and get better. Oh, right. But at least when Leppy gets better, he's not like an immortal... Oops, my... Wait, hold on. No! No, Leppy! Get away from the washer machine! Leppy! Those slippers smelled fucking awful after coming out of the dryer. I'm like, what? Did I put a fucking rock in here? No, it was just my slippers. Oops, my anarchy symbol. By the way, do you know who sewn that on there? It was Joy. Joyce. Because it used to be... Here, let me put him in... There we go. What used to be on cabinets, this is another plush in the story. What used to be there was the High Acre, because that's where the plush was created. But now, after getting sewn back up multiple times, Joy sews, he sewn an anarchy symbol over the High Acre. It's symbolism! What could this mean? What did the creator mean by this? Yeah, AC-chan, hold on. AC-chan, actually, AC-chan is technically dead in the lore. But Keyboard-chan, yeah, move over, AC-chan. No! Washing Machine-chan, no! No! No, Washing Machine-chan. She ate my fucking slippers! She turned them bitches into rocks! No! I'm so pissed. I'm gonna have to drink a lot of water if I'm gonna be screaming this much. Keyboard-chan will always be with me, though. I still need to make a Mouse-chan. Oh, Mouse-chan. You know, I feel like people would hear about, like, our stream, right? And then go, oh, the streamer has characters called AC-chan, and Keyboard-chan, and Keychain-chan, or Key-chan for short. And then people would go, oh, I wonder what kind of a... what sort of a perverted art, and then they come, and it's just like the actual object. Oh, right. Don't tell Arcade, but there's a lady that I keep stuffing. Wha-bam! Wha-bam! I keep stuffing my load into her. Ew! And she handles my dirty underwear a lot. Don't tell Arcade, though. Actually, speaking of dirty, I haven't put on deodorant since this morning. Uh-oh, I like took a small whiff of myself and I'm like, oh no, P.U. Oh no! I'm always the one preaching to, you know, take showers, use deodorant, fucking take care of yourselves, and meanwhile I'm over here, Stinky McGee. Oh no, I'll get it the next time Actually, I'm almost due for a stretch. So I guess I'll get it in like 3 minutes or so. I won't be stinky anymore. Oh, actually, I need to get some more. I think I need to get more toothpaste soon. I don't know if I have more in storage or what. I like Leppy because he's big and he's nice and he's so soft. Oof. Tonight, I guess, for quote-unquote supper, I already ate my supper. I had to be very quiet. I had some, mini wheats. What else did I have? I heated something up. I had something... What did I eat? What did I eat a few hours ago? I had cereal? I didn't have cheese. Fuck. I like Leppy this much. You know, that's how much Leppy... Do you know how much Leppy loves you? Hold on. There's an image I have to find. I like to think that his ears can be used as like a second pair of arms, though. Oh, Leppy, where are you? Leppy. I just... What is it? Lep 12. I literally named these goddamn images and I still can't find it. Hello? Where am I getting these images? Bruh. Okay, where is Lep, quote-unquote, Lep 12 then? How did I get this image if it's not in this folder? Bruh. Okay, go to file location. Where is this? Okay. Leppy loves you this much. This is actually the reference image I was, looking at. Actually, Caveman Johnson, there's a scene I have planned. I haven't written it down yet. Well, like, outside of just the general, like, thing I want to accomplish with that scene. But, so, Ulysses is with Leppy when he's working for the Stripes, aka the NCR, aka not the USA. Quote unquote. Aka also not the NCR. And the Stripes, the little the platoon that Ulysses is in, takes over a hiker-occupied town, and then they have these children prisoners of war, and one of the Stripes soldiers wants to like beat the kids, you know, because something military men evil despite what side they're on. And Leppy goes berserk. He beats the shit out of that dude. And kills him. Leppy says no child violence. Like, that's the only time, that's the only time I'm planning for Leppy to get even remotely violent. But he does not tolerate child abuse. He looks a little bit too vibrant with these colors, but I like to think that maybe he got a little bit more, he got a little clean. Since his time in the wine cellar. Oh, Leppy, here we go. I'm looking for Leppy, and the file name is Lepulus, his actual name. Yeah, we're gonna darken these colors after I'm done just filling them in. Oh, and I have to remember what parts are white, because Joy... So Leppy, he's like all beat up and shit, and Joy takes his lab coat and sews up Leppy because Leppy is... because he was used as a propaganda tool to teach little Eastern kids how to speak Latin. Lepulus was like that tool. That's why he's named Lepulus, hello? And Joy, knowing Latin from a young age, knows exactly, you know, what Leppy's on about. Oh, I think I remember what I was, what I was trying to go for there. Oh, my perfect baby boy. Trying to remember where all of his scenes would have been. So that's why Leppy's hand is white. It's just Joy's old lab coat. And it's also the reason why Joy is not wearing a lab coat in this image. Let's roll those dice, baby! Ooh. I do hope it works, though. That would be sad if it didn't. But yes, this whole debacle has made me start going, huh, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should boot up or back up my stuff on like a proper thingamajiggy. What I do is that whenever I have like a really importante file to me personally, or group of files, I just put it on Google Drives and Dropbox. Like I'm sure there's a better, you know, a better way to do that. But it doesn't hurt, hopefully. Oh, Leppy, you almost look shy, bud. Okay, now time to make the colors dark so I can shade it. Yeah. He's supposed to be a little bit stained. Anyway, my poor boy. Right. I'm gonna stretch really quick. And go put on some deodorant. Before I spend the entire stream time sweating and then getting gross. Today was laundry day. So I like there's nothing more euphoric to me than after getting done with a long day of laundry and then just sitting down on my bed. That shit is orgiastic. Actually, I think I'm gonna take a bigger break. Be right back. I return. Oof. It's very cold. I really want to see the comet, but it's gonna be like, oh, my weather app says that it is currently 26 degrees Fahrenheit, which for those of you who are not from the glorious country of the United States of America, that's pretty fucking cold. Fucking burr, dude. Fucking burr. Oh! Here we are. Ah yes, the classic make a drawing stream but have no one see what I'm doing trick. Always works. Normal boot? Nice, nice. Hopefully that means it's a permanent fix to that weird boot up problem you had. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the normal shading and then worry about all of his disgusting, greasy stains. He has the one thing worse than cum you can have on a stuffed plush. Mold! You will? Arcade, my beloved. Don't push yourself, by the way. Yes. Whenever I have arcade in my position, I will fulfill my end of the deal. Otherwise, I would be a horrible, horrible friend. I mean, not friend, of course, businessman of, right. That's what I meant to say. I like to think that I'm an extraordinarily good businessman, you know what I'm saying? Buy 2 bitches, get 1 free. That's how I roll. That's how I make this bread. That's how I make this bread. I will say, it is kind of weird starting my stream so late. Like, all the people I used to follow back in the day are done streaming by the time I'm done. I can't wait until I get to be a normal daytime streamer again. No more of this night owl degenerate nocturnal shit. I'm a creature of the day. I'm strictly diurnal. But I do it because I love my brother. Oh, darn it, I can't see. Falling asleep. You know, people, I don't know why. People say that I have a relaxing voice. Until I, like, start screaming and pissing and pooping and, you know, all of that. Which, you know, I didn't really understand the kind of, like, appeal of just listening to people to relax. Just, you know, just quirky misanthrope things. Until I started listening more to YouTube stuff while I work throughout the day. And I'm like, yeah, it is kind of nice just to zone out to someone talking. It's like white noise. So I totally get it. I was once blind, but now I am truly enlightened. Allah. You're telling me they found such a beautiful pink pigment in the apocalypse of all things? Okay. What a nice color. Leppy, you are so cute. Alright guys, so I know I need to make rent, but I have this new goal on Ko-fi. It's only $10 million to get a real-life working robo-plush of Leppy. Now, our detractors think that this is a frivolous and unnecessary purchase, but I promise it's to help me be more productive. Yeah. Anyway, give me your mom's credit card. Buying out Boston Dynamics. I appreciate your sacrifice. That money will be put to extremely good use. I think that the toughest. I'm no you know, rocketeer. I'm no engineer, rocketeer. Suck my wiener. But I'm sure the biggest challenge of a robot like this would just be trying to bear the load of however much stuffing that is and keeping the stuffing clean. You're right, yes. I'll pitch it to the United States government so we can sell like 10 billion of these, like 10 billion units of luxurious Leppy dolls, right? So children will receive these huge machinations beyond human comprehension, and then when their abusers come, Leppy will beat the shit out of them. It'll be so funny. That would actually be pretty based. It would be the one good thing the United States would do. Man, I don't know if anyone's noticed or not lately, but I've been doing some private shading studies to help me be a little bit more confident when I'm shading. There's a piece I'm working on right now. I can't show you guys because it's porn, but I really like the shading I did in it. And I think it's just because I used darker colors to shade with than I normally do. Like, most of my art looks maybe not washed out, but just kind of not depthful with my color choices. Well, this piece looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I'll just do some overpaint to fix the things I don't like about Leppy. need to do overpaint more. I've just been working on commissions that don't really need it, so I don't tend to bother. Oh, that looks crisp. Ah, la la. It's more blue. That's another thing. I just tend to go in like this linear strip without really making any interesting color choices. Like that's my guilty sin. You could put me on the electric chair for that one. It almost kind of looks like he's made out of leather instead of soft, plushy material. AU where, instead of being a stuffed bunny, Leppy is a leather bunny. Leppy's a ride or die sort of chick, you know what I'm saying? This is why I made the colors darker, by the way, just so I could do this. And then I'll have the, like a strip of color. Maybe red. If you look down, like maybe if you're not like an inside creature like I've been for the last well over a month, but if you are in the sunlight, just bear with me. If you're in the sunlight, or next time you find yourself in sunlight, look down at your hands. You'll notice that there's like this sort of little band of red where the shadow begins. Very interesting, isn't it? Now, it's red because of blood. It's, you know, it's just what's happening there, but... like, if it's a different material, it might shine a different way, but... using color like this, just a more saturated strip of something, makes things look cooler. Oh, right, this also needs... sort of like pole material thing going on. I need to add more greens. Like, even though I'm feeling more comfortable using saturated colors, green, like I'm used to pulling blues and reds and maybe sometimes yellows, but not green yet. Not because I dislike green for whatever reason, but it's just, it's something that doesn't come naturally when I'm looking for colors. Like, I don't know if it's just because most of the character designs or palettes I use don't need green. I don't know. I should try to do that. A green color study. I wonder what character has the color green on them. No idea. Yeah, Libby, you look pretty leathery. And reusing colors is something that is always... Like, people don't realize that you can just reuse colors from the palette that you have. Nothing bad will happen to you if you do that. I imagine his eyes. I didn't really think about this until I did Leppy's 3D model, but I kind of imagined Leppy's eyes as like being kind of dome spheres of glass with like some sort of electronic not an LED, it's like the Game & Watch, whatever technology was used for those. He's supposed to have dark eyes. Even though it looks cuter when he has the glint of life. Lest we forget, he's a horrible machination. Now, I wanted a more blue color. Thank you. That's way too much. Okay, time to overpaint. No, actually, just kidding. It was a practical joke, simply a meme. A ruse meant to confuse and stupefy. I'm too obsessed with the charcoal brush. That's another thing. There's always another thing with me. I really ought to get used to more brushes than just the charcoal brush. take this color. No clue where you got that red, but that's not what I was asking for. Thank you. Thanks, Krita. Very cool. Oh, you're so smart, Krita. Oh, and you have such a fat cock, Krita. Oh my god. Oh, all the other men are jealous of you, Krita. Oh, oh god. Okay. No, no. No more scary music. What? What? Hello? Okay. Also very good. Actually, we haven't listened to this. I don't think in a little bit. A few days ago. No, actually, yesterday. When I went out to get my tax appointment stuff taken care of, I got some chips. And I kind of forgot. I haven't really eaten any snacks. Like since I've moved in. And I forgot, like, how bad I was with them. Like me, they unlock a demon within me, chips do. I'm not scared to admit it, but they do. I became so self-conscious. Not self-conscious, I became so good about my health and my eating. But as soon as I went to these chips, I'm like, oh, I haven't had chips in around you know, a few weeks or so. No, these bitches are gonna be gone by the end of the week. And I bought like 2 big bags of them. Like this entire week, I have just been craving things that are... Oh, hello? Oh, I put it on a self loop. What's the chips? I got sour cream Lay's. Both of them are Lay's. Sour cream, the normal chips, and then I got like these crumple original flavor chips. They got like these addictive chemicals and then they're so good though. I forgot how fucking good they were. Oh my god. And I didn't even particularly enjoy Lay's chips all that much. Me too. Massive. Hello. I hope that your night is going well, my brother. Speaking of chemicals, I need to cook tomorrow. Dill pickle? Wow! Yes, that's precisely. Yes, very good. Precisely what I meant to press. Typical Pythania move right there. I'm kind of basic in my preferences. Picky eater and all that. Dilf? Oh, I would eat Dilf pickle. Ooga booga. Oh, no, don't, no. You're gonna make me start acting up, and it is only 10:30. My good friend. Have a nice street. I will have a nice street. It's nice to see you, TT. Yeah, hopefully I can go back to the morning crowd. It's so late. Usually I would be going to bed right now. But I just started the stream, basically. I would eat Arcade's Dilf pickle. He's not a Dilf, but I would like to fuck him. You're right. Thank you! Thank you for the bits. Muchas gracias. Here's our arcade stand picture. Start acting up now! You're right. We're wasting time by not acting up. Hold on, let me get my huge... Let me boot up the array of arcades here. Hold on. Okay, we already did this. We already did this stream. We've already reached our arcade quota. I know, I'm so sad about that, Potato. Hopefully, it should only be for a month. The reason, if you don't know why I'm streaming so late, is because I'm living with my brother now, and I don't want to be, like, screaming and acting like a dipshit when my brother is trying to fucking sleep. And he just moved from a 10 to 6 shift, and he'll be on it for around a month or so. So, while he's on that shift, I'm gonna be on this shift, quote unquote. I mean, nothing is stopping me from streaming while he's here. But I, believe it or not, want to be like a decent human being. You know, I want to treat him with some fucking respect. That's my my adult decision of the century. Yeah, I think that's done. Yay, Leppy! Oh, I love Leppy. Oh, that is so epic. Right. Oh! Oh, there's actually another image I have somewhere. Where is it? It's an image I haven't colored yet. 360? I drew this a while ago. I drew it as a warm-up. God knows when. La 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 la. Ow, Leppy, where are you? Here we go. When did I make this? Wow, okay, that's a long time ago. November 5th. I drew it way back on November 5th. So I think it's about time that we, that this gets properly colored. Oh yeah, let me, allow me to both enunciate, you know, pronounce these words, more clearly. Cock! Oh my god, arcade! I'm gonna nut! Cockade! No! Oh, I love Ram Ranch. We also already played Ram Ranch tonight. Actually, let me check my clock here. There's one thing, hold on. Hold on. Stop everything. Do you guys like Reshiram? Because I love Reshiram. Uh-oh. Reshiram. Oh no. Let's look at the fucking album cover. Oh my god. Together forever. Together forever. Right. I won't subject you guys to the whole to the whole song. Right, Justin RPG is a musical mastermind. Oh, right. Oh yeah, I was drawing something. Oh. Oh yeah. Nice and dark. Yee yee and all that. Oh, my voice is already a little bit blown out. Let's see. Let's choose like a nice darker gray for the base. Yes, Arcade's ass is also blown out. Oh, massive. My little plethora, my little cornucopia of multiple split personalities has recently grown. Would you like to see the new, new personality that sprung out of my new system? My you know, he's my new alter. They say you are what you eat. You don't know. Okay, let me show you. He's my new Tulpa. Oh. Huh, what's this? Don't look at this. This one is still a work in progress. But this... Well, okay, he's also a work in progress, but... Well, hold on, let me make the lighting more creepy. Yeah, he's real in my mind. If I just simp for him... Oh, God. If I simp for him... hard enough, he'll start existing. Don't tell my therapist I said that, though. Hold on, I really want it to be creepy. Oh. Now, move, you... No, not the light, dipshit. Move Arcade now. The light was fine. Potato, Oh. Ah, there we go. Yes, this is the old one. This is the old one with the scuffed... Oh, God. Oh, no. There we go. Here we go. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. The thing I really like about humanoid models is that I can actually, like, the hands, because they're humanoid hands, you know, actually, I can do stuff that looks normal and not super duper scuffed on a humanoid model. Yes, first it was the short hair. Then it was, I guess my robe is close enough to a lab coat. Yeah, surely this doesn't have anything to do with Freudian desires. No, surely that can't be it. All right. Anyway, back to. Oh God, Pablo, you look a little bit menacing there, bud. Oh. Okay. It wasn't letting me move. I'm like, no, I don't want to be stuck in bat mode. All right. I wish I could... There's a way you can save the calibrations. You see the button right there, but it doesn't actually work. Fucking scam. Right, yeah, down. Yes, that was, see, Freud, if you rearrange the letters in the word Freudian, you actually get the word cocaine. But you can't do it the other way around. It's only like a one-way operation, unless you know pre-calculus. Right, yes, but Potato, she's helping me turn that model. Also, let me fix the lights. Oh, that's me. There we are. Very nice. She's helping me turn Arcade into a VR an avatar to use in VR chat, instead of just something to use for VTubing shit posting. Which is super duper cool and based and red-pilled and other right-wing dog whistle. Oh, okay. Enough of that. Right-wing dog whistles. There we are. Evidently. I am planning, I won't completely do arcade from the ground up when I come back to Blender for personal use. I will completely redo Leppy though. Leppy, oh, he's rough. We were looking at his topology earlier this stream. Not great. I guess he was only my second model, and that's how I came to learn a lot of lessons about topology, but oh, Leppy. Oh, my baby boy. Oh, I could erase all of that scratchy business, or I could just keep going. Lol. In your hand fixing, you accidentally made Arcade into Wolverine. You would never give Arcade a micro penis, would you? We all know that Arcade is at least 12 inches flaccid. That's canon. Josh, yeah. You know, that's canon. That's canyon. Arcade Israel Canyon. Very good. After this stream and looking at the comment outside, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. There actually is a bridge to jump off of. It's a very long walk from where I am, but I can do it. I can jump straight into a river and never be heard from again. Just kidding, of course. In Minecraft, I meant. Do you ever lay awake at night thinking about all the fuck-ups that you've done? Those thoughts never hit me at night. Like, if anything keeps me up, it's just my big angsty moments. But big cringe, it always hits me randomly in the middle of the day. If they don't keep me up, they don't distract me. It's just like oh my god, why did I do that? And then I move on. Feels bad, man. That's just how it is on this bitch of an earth. Let's see. Let's make this slightly darker. Nope. Close. There we go. Oh! Yeah, that's much more like it. I'm trying to look at my references. I'm pretty sure that Joy's trench coat is black with blue accents. Oh, this is a cute picture. I think this was also a warm-up, and I just really quite like how it turned out. No line selects going on an adventure. For me, what really helped me in my topology after I learned how to not fuck it up in the first place, is before you do any subdivision at all, just check everything. Like in your super basic model, you know, make sure that where limbs connect to the body, like the arms, where the arms connect to the torso, the legs connect to the hips. Just make sure that those are like circles. You know, look at the lines that would be made if you were wearing a shirt or underwear. Like, it's so easy once you know. It's just coming to know it in the first place. Right, okay, so it is just black, and he's wearing a gray scarf. Typical Joy stuff. Wearing mega bland clothing. That's just how he is. There's nothing interesting about Joy whatsoever. He's just a normal man. Honestly, triangles, in my modeling experience so far, I know that pushes up glasses, technically, you have more experience than I do. But I think in my current level of modeling expertise, triangles are unavoidable at some point. Like, you should avoid them as much as possible. You know, there's not really any excuse to having any of them, but sometimes they just need to happen, which is unfortunate. That's a really nice... Yeah, in the end it gets all triangulated anyway. Like, you should try to avoid triangles before you subdivide. Like, if you're still in the process of making your model, and you still need to subdivide it, find any excuse to turn that triangle into something else. Unless it's like on a part of the body that's like the nose, or like tucked away in the nose, or like somewhere where there's a crease, you know, that like doesn't necessarily move. That's a pretty alright place to have a triangle. I'm gonna be honest, I have no fucking idea how I modeled Arcade's nose. I just kind of wung it. I winged it. Past tense of wing it. I past tensed of winged it. Wait, whatever. And, I mean, I like the result, but I have no fucking clue how I did that. No, not nearly anywhere near that bright. In your modeling studies. And you know what I used for my studies? I looked at a bunch of PS2 and PlayStation 1 models. Oh, I would love to do more low poly models. I meant to do more like normal gloss specular map studies with Arcade, because that's the kind of the whole point of doing him. For me to learn that stuff, but I need special texture tools. I always preach about, oh, it's never about the tools you have, you know, it's gotta be your skills and as an artiste to get you through that shit, but I'm not gonna draw every single pore on Arcade's face, unfortunately. As fun as that sounds, I'd rather do more meaningful things with my time. I could if I really, really wanted to, but I don't. You know, I actually unintentionally discovered that when I was probably in middle school playing with Miku Miku Dance Massive. Because a lot of Miku Miku Dance models will have just like slidey textures for the eyes. At least they used to back then. I don't know what the scene is now or since. I haven't touched Miku Miku Dance since like maybe 2015 or something. It's crazy to think about, though. That's not really a convincing yellow. Yeah, there we go. I just had to make it brighter. And grayer. I actually learned this kind of, I don't want to call it a trick. Steven Universe taught that they have a lot of emphasis on the wiki about like color palettes. And I learned from just looking at those wiki articles when I was in high school that if you have a purple base and add orange on top of it, it produces a quite nice effect. So like I have this image without the lighting. It's, you know, kind of purple-y. Things are pretty desaturated. And then here's it with the orange and yellow lighting. Very nice. And the effect only gets stronger the less light you have. What the fu- They don't even have normal maps. Every crease, fold, even hair shine is modeled onto the fucking model. The only textures are a color square and a texture for the eyes. Wow. You know, I guess that kind of were normal maps even a thing for like early PlayStation? Because everything back then would have just been done with the base. This was PS... Oh, gotcha. I apologize if I missed that very importante detail. That's fucked. Oh, I remember when you shared Bridget's UV map. Her texture file. I'm like... Because I'm like looking at the 3D model in game. And I'm going to myself, how does this work? I think I'm actually going to desaturate this a little bit. Because, I don't know. I'm so indecisive. I'm so quirky and indecisive. Yes. Oh, I still gotta do, the blue highlights. It gave you artist neuron activation. Actually, thinking about it a little bit more, I'm pretty sure that a few of the artists like few of the 3D modeler artists I know, they'll just have like straight up materials for their, like the hair, and for the nails of their models. So it doesn't use like a texture file. They don't have to worry about it. The material itself just carries it. Now, mind you, you know, it only works on simple models. That's the whole point. It's just simple. And not complicated, but conceptually, I think it's pretty neat. I think it's neat. I feel you for real, though, on getting neuron activation from just watching. I was hanging out with a friend in VR chat. VR... In VR yesterday, VRC, and they were showing me a few of their models, which gave me, like, uber... I couldn't even, like, speak to them. I wish there were so many ideas floating through my head about what sort of cool shaders I could use in Unity. what sorts of cool animations and normal maps to use for my models. It was an enlightening experience. Oh, very good color there, Mr. Pythania. Oh, good job, Pythania. Oh. Yes, please. I would love to see that. I would love to see the crackhead reasoning behind those accursed, wretched, nonsensical texture maps. Plot twist, I go straight back to modeling. I'm like, okay guys, I know I said I was done for a little bit, unless it was a commission, but I just had to do more models. That's how I was with Live 2D. I went a little bit nuts with Live 2D. And then got tendonitis. Teehee. Hee hee ha ha. As a joke, of course. Right, and I'll have, I'll take this color. Very interesting. Not, I don't know what brush I made. Like what thing, oh, here we go. I figured it out, I cracked the code. I just want to make this slightly darker. One of the models I saw in VR chat last night was, it was like this frog in a car, but it had this really cool pixel shader. Like the instant it showed up, I'm like, oh cool, you can have like functionally 2D models. But no, it was just a really convincing shader. Really cool thing. I want to figure out how to do, I actually did learn how to do animations in Unity, but I haven't figured out how to do them with rotation constraints yet. I don't think I'm gonna put the time and energy to learn that though. Like honestly, it's not worth my fucking time right now. I have more important things to do, like jacking off to Arcade. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? What's happening here? Oh, it's just ads. And this is all... this is actually really, really sophisticated if you think about it. Okay, very good, Yazo. I fucking hate this site. It makes me want to, like, rip someone's teeth out. I see what you mean about the creases, though. Oh my god. Is the game itself, like, toon shaded? Cell shaded? This is whack. This is whack. This is fucking whack. Holy moly. Excuse me. Right, yes, but maybe down the line I'll figure out how to shade, or not shade, I do need to work on that though. I need to figure out rotation constraints because there's something whack happening with them. Whack in the not cool way. Whack in the I wanna piss and scream and shit myself way. La 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 la. Normal and specular maps is just for the two artite. Wow. Well, I guess if it is shell, yes. If it is cell shaded, there we are. Finally got there. It doesn't really need a normal map. That's pretty impressive though. Mad kudos to the people who worked on those models. Oh right, the book in the blue. Let's have ourselves a little stretch. In a half hour I'll close the queue. Because I want to end the stream just in time to see the comment. R for like eyes and effects. Oh, I need to learn how to... Another thing to add to the I need to do list. Not my to-do list, my need to do list. Oh. Whee. That wasn't a very good stretch, but at least I stood up for half a second. Very impressive. Someone needs to coddle me and tell me how brave I was for stretching. There we go. Is to learn how to do effects in Unity. Because I know it's just like little texture images that you assign an animation to. I don't think it's particularly, what's the word? Complicated. I'm just saying that without, like, I'm making assumptions. Just from observation alone, but surely, right? Surely it can't be that crazy. I love that blue bitch. I want to kiss Joy very badly. I want to kiss him and hold his hands. I. Right, and this is supposed to be like bright red because it's a children's book and it's supposed to be very colorful. Oh right, his buttons. There's always something. I'm always forgetting something. Any little details. One downside of having characters with a lot of detail, you're always going to forget one detail and the whole thing is boned. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We can't go too crazy with the colors just yet. Yeah. That's about bright red. That is just about bright red. I'm surprised it kept its... Sometimes I haven't like done extensive testing on this, but sometimes the alpha channels become not alpha channels. Sometimes they just tell you to go fuck yourself and lose their alpha, or sorry, mask. They lose their masking ability for unexplained, possibly supernatural reasons, but other times they're just fine. No clue why. Oh yeah, of course, potato. Muchas gracias. I appreciate you looking out for a homie. I love this color palette. I'm debating on even adding anything. I'll add the rest of his scarf. It just looks like he's wearing a miscolored turtleneck. Yeah, there we are. No, I actually, look, I don't like videos that are longer than 4 frames when I'm streaming. But on my own, I have all the time in the world. Okay, I guess I'll do a little bit of a cleanup. No harm in that. Have it be a separate layer. Joy, but he's a goth? Oh no, okay. No, no. Drawing lips on men, I have to be extraordinarily peculiar about it, or else it does not look good. Arcade, but with big fat bimbo lips. Oh, no, it has to be way more, yeah, way more subtle. Wait, damn, how long is it? About an hour? Oh, okay. You made it sound like it was 3 hours long, and I'm like, okay, that's a little much, just for trying to learn one thing from it. I got you. I got you. I actually, because I want to get better at drawing, I also want to get better at drawing every single freaking day, dude. Are you kidding me? I want to get better at writing, because I'm working on my comic. And I watched this, I think it was around an hour-long video by Cardinal West, I think is their name. They were reviewing this book about they were kind of using this one book, I forgot the name of it. They were using it as a masterclass for what to do and what not to do, not only in xenofiction, which was the whole point of the book, but also what not to do in general writing. My Chemical Romancade. Arcade, my beloved. Yeah, there's certainly chemicals that happen in my brain when I think of Arcade. That's right. I would kill God for that, man. Actually, I think I have precisely what the doctor ordered. Precisely what the arcade ordered. I have a Gothcade somewhere. I don't know if I deleted him. But at one point, I drew 3 arcades. It was a collection with a Gothcade, an arcade wearing, I think I did delete it because I didn't really... It's not that I disliked the content. It should be on somewhere on Discord. If you go on other art and just scroll... Wait, hold on. Wait. From user... From Pythania... Oh god. And there should... I don't know how to... Right, from Pythania... I'm gonna find this. I delete pictures all the time. In other art? Yes. Oh, you fucker. Stop it! I'm being oppressed. No! Has image from Pythania. Come on. Yes, from me, from... Oh my god. Can I at least use this in other art? Right? Okay, so... Oh, maybe... Oh, do I have to type in Cock Ganon? Oh no. No, please. Where is it? I need to see Gothcade right now. No. Please. Cause it's not just... Ah. Oh my god. Right, do I really have to type in cock again? That's my name on Discord. No! Hello? It's like asking me if I... Yeah, if I wanna... So, like, if I type has colon image, okay, so therefore it's filtering out all the images in colon other art. Okay, so it's only searching in that channel. And then I'm trying to press type in from user. And when I type my name, it just doesn't work. Like it's not making it a block, a data block. Grr. Grr. Let me try that. From at Pythania. No, that doesn't work either. No. And the formatting is correct because it's working for the other ones. Here. Before a specific date. Okay, cool. I think maybe I must have made it in October, so let's try that. Oh god. Oh, wait. Oh, I found it! I can't show it on stream. Because Arcade's not naked, but he needs to put some pants on. I'll ping you. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. There you go. And if you're in Discord and want to see Goth Arcade, 50s Housewife Arcade, and Greek Boy Arcade with incorrect tan lines, go check out Discord. I promise that you will come immediately. Yeah, that is pretty old. Actually, I didn't see the actual... Oh! Oh, that is old. Holy shit. And my anatomy has not gotten much better. That's telling me I need to work more on that. Oh, arcade, my beloved. Right, yes, I deleted it because I didn't really like how Greek Boy Arcade turned out. Specifically because of his tan lines. They just... they don't look all that great. You know, I like to practice a little something called Indemnatio Memoriam. Basically, anything I don't like, I pretend didn't happen. And I gotta say, it works pretty good.
You're not really supposed to be here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Lola. Lola, thank you for the raid. Potato, could we have a shout out for our friends? And Cherry.
Really supposed to be here.
And Cherry, what? Is this a coordinated attack? Thank you, Lola. How was your stream?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Double hide.
Oh my god. Double hide. Thank you. Let me get a shout out for Cherry, too. Thank you. What's up, Mycofauna? Hola, hola. Hola, hola! We're doing an art stream. If you have the points or the bits, I'll draw your shits. Oh, cool. So Cherry was playing Civ 6. Did you get it for free when it was free? And Lola was also playing. Were you guys gaming together? Oh shit, thank you, Potato. Cool, cool. How's everyone doing tonight? Let me show you, this is our sketch page so far. It's been a slow stream. And I'm fitting to... Yeah, I think it was free for a time because I got it. No worries, Potato. I had no clue Civ 6 was multiplayer. No, I think it was just the base game for Civ 6, and it was for like only a month. It was when Epic Games was giving away GTA 5 away for free. And then they stopped that and then gave away Civ 6 for free. It must have been like well over 2 years ago. I haven't really played it. I only got it because it was free, but games like that, not really a huge fan of them. Anyway, we've been simping. What's the wholesome version of simping? We've been wholesomely simping over this rabbit all stream. Twice? Why did you do it twice? You must really like that game. The only thing I would spend over $200 on are plushies. I really, really like plushies. I actually did a plush tour a little while ago. Gotcha. You know, mad respect. Oh, another thing I would spend $200 on? Arcade. But only games. You know, my dad does that all the time. He'll buy a game like 4 times. And I just don't get it, personally. Just for the different consoles. Oh, Cherry, what's your favorite kind of game? Do you like strategy games? Like Civ 6? I'm pretty partial to roguelikes. games where I can take my time and I can worry about... I guess roguelikes kind of are strategy games in a way. Management sims. Like, games where I can just sit down and take as much time. I can take all the time in the world to decide what I want to do next. I thrive in. But strategy games? I struggle. I struggle with them. But I'm glad someone can find enjoyment out of them. Like, I really want to enjoy, Stellaris, but it really just is not the kind of game for me. It does, if I'm honest. It's a pretty difficult game to get into and stay in. You know, when I was a kid, I loved action platformers and RPGs, and now it's like, I like the occasional platformer, but just because they're so crazy and my hand-eye coordination, this is my excuse, isn't really all that great. My sense of connecting actions to my hands in a timely, coordinated manner, not great. Spyro? Oh, Potato! Did you know that there might be a Spyro 4 this year? I still have yet to try Cyberpunk. Maybe it'll be our next game after Fallout 4. What do you mean? What do you mean it might? Hopefully it'll be better than Sly 4. They never made a Sly 4. What are you talking about? You're crazy. One day they'll make a Sly 4. Hopefully. One day, hopefully, they might make one, and it'll be good. A man like me could possibly dream. Oh shit, any Sly Cooper fans? And not just fans of Carmelita because of her big bouncing fox boobies. Oh, it's okay, Lola. Trust me, it's late for me, too. I actually have to get used to this later time slot. So, never worry about raiding and running. I do that all the time. Yeah, you have a good night as well. For those of y'all who are staying, there's actually a fucking comet outside. Right, well, if it's night for you, there is a fucking comet outside, and the last time it showed up was the Stone Age, 10 billion thousand years ago. It's like a slow-moving green comet, and it's supposed to be the most visible it will be tonight and tomorrow night, and I'm actually planning on checking it out tonight. I don't know what direction. That's a good question. I do not know. I'll have to look it up. But that's the first thing I'm planning on. Yeah, like Cherry, I'll have to go outside. Like, luckily, I live in the boonies, so it should be visible. But I'll have to go outside, and it's... According to my calculations, it is 25 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so it is officially cold as fucking tits. You're right. You know, Potato, I'll give Mr. Kevin, the composer for that game, credit. He did a bang-up job on the soundtrack. The music in Sly 4 plays my ass cheeks like bongo drums. It's 19. I mean, this comet is only gonna show up, you know. All of your descendants will be gone the next time this comet comes around. You can be cold for 2 seconds. Carmelita, my beloved, eat a fucking burger and put a shirt on! Exclamation mark. I will say, I do kind of miss living in an apartment. It was kind of nice. It had its ups, it had its downs. I love Leppy. You know, I actually lived oh, my hand's freaking out. I lived alone for about 5 years. And I miss it. I really fucking miss living alone. Not that my brother is bad or anything, but I just became so accustomed to living alone that it's sort of weird having to kind of work around someone else. Not that I mind. I find the change to be quite welcome because living with people, you gotta do that as a human being. We're social creatures after all. But I will cherish the time I lived alone greatly in my heart. So, Cherry, my advice to you, my whole point on going on my old man rant lecture about this, the time that you live alone, I want you to cherish every moment of it. Jade Peak challenges Comet to its first fight since the fucking Stone Age! You're fucking right, gamers! Are you ready to see me butt fuck this Comet? I'm gonna motorboat this fucking Comet, y'all. I'm gonna fuck it right in its pussy. How are you doing, Crank? Welcome. I'm trying Leppy. It's made of ice? Yeah, I'm telling you, I can kick its ass. Just because flying types are weak to ice types. It'll be cold. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. If I put a coat on, do you think I could... You think I could knock it out? Or do you think I'll need, like, I could bring a candle. I could bring a candle to the fight. I think that'll do her. I'm personally doing pretty good. I can't wait to hopefully see the comet. I do live in an area where there are a ton of trees. But I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. Oh, right! I can use Steel Wing. You're right. And Brick Break. I remember in Close Combat, I was a Gen 4 baby. I don't play Pokémon Monsters anymore. But I was a Gen 4 baby. And my favorite Pokemon was Staraptor. Yes, Pokémon Monster. Hold on, no. Stop everything. Can you guys name all the Pokemon? Can you la ieta kana? Kimi wa ieru kana? La ieta kana? Pokemon no namae! Do you guys know about this? Do you guys fucking know about this? It's the Pokerep from Japan. Oh my god! How's your mouth rolling today? Oh my god. Oh my god. Insult the Comet. So it throws itself into reverse. It comes back. Yeah, it does like another whole round trip in a day. Astronomists absolutely baffled by strange green comet. Kimi wa iyata kana. La 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 ieru kana. Pokemon no namae. Alright, enough of that. I actually, because I was a little weebster as a kid, I didn't know there was a... I was also a Gen 5 baby. This isn't the official version. I'm a virgin. Don't tell Arcade. I was also a Gen 5 baby. This is not the official Gen 5 poker rap. La la ba 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 ba. This shit, I listened to this probably about 3 billion times. That's a banger. It gets a little experimental in the middle, but it is solid, and it is also Vocaloid. So if you like that, give that a listen too. Alright. We had a lot of screaming. We had a lot of high, intense action. Let's have ourselves a nice little vibe for a little bit. Oh. Oh no. Let's vibe so long as I keep remembering to use Blender hotkeys instead of fucking Krita hotkeys. Hopefully. La, 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 ba. Fun fact, the individual who composed this piece of music, you know, the Dwarf Fortress main theme, the story goes that he didn't even remember recording it. Which is, that scares me. It unveils the true nature of Dwarf Fortress. Good fucking lord. But yeah, I kind of fell out of love with Poketo Monsudas when I was about in my mid-teens, and it was around the time Sun and Moon. I must have been in my later teens. Sun and Moon came out. I think I got Moon because I liked how that box legendary looked. And I could not fucking stand all of the hand-holding and how slow the game was. And this is coming from someone who was raised on Gen 4. I'm like, oh my god. This is a fucking slog. With competitive battles. I think that's how I got burnt out in Gen 5, because that's when it really exploded. And then I was like, wow, I'm wasting my fucking life worrying about like how good my pocket monsters are. Yeah, like it was so tedious if you wanted to do it legit. Like without cheating. And I'm like, I could be doing like infinitely better things with my time. And this was like around when I was trying to do this stuff, like in Gen 5, Gen 6, not really Gen 7. Gen 7 turned me off. I was like, wow. I was just starting college. I'm like, cool, I could be doing a lot of better things with my time. So I did. I did start doing better. Things that I thought were better uses of my time. La, 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 la. Oh, Joy, you look a little gaunt there, buddy. You okay? You need some apple juice or something? I want to give Joy my apple juice. I promise it doesn't have any backwash. I'm trying to be very delicate with the colores. I'm trying to be very delicate. I heard that Scarlet and Violet had like the worst reception ever. Like even worse than the Gen 4 remakes, which I wasn't even maybe like very deep down, because I don't have a Switch. I haven't gotten a console since the 3DS. But like deep down, deep, cowboys even getting fucked in their sleep. Deep down inside, I was thinking maybe I could spare the expense and get like a Switch Lite just in case the Gen 4 remakes, because Pokemon is usually pretty good when it comes to the remake game. I gotta say, that shit, sometimes it really do be banging. Like, I never played the original Gen 3, but I loved Omega Ruby. Oh god! Omega Ruby! No. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That shit was kind of banging, I'm not gonna lie. So I was, like, maybe considering, just because I want you to take a very important lesson from me. Just because a streamer is playing it on Twitch does not mean it's a good game. Lesson over. Like, just because I'm streaming art does not mean it's good art. Very important lesson. They stream it because they know it's bad and people want to look at the train wreck. I forgot what I was talking about. Right? Yeah, that's, you know, that's actually what I do when I look for stuff to stream. Because I'm not really a gamer, but I like seeing games. Yeah, that's really about it. I just like seeing games. Because I don't really play them. But more power to you, Maiko. Is it fine if I call you that? I just want to make sure. I like people being comfy here. Yeah, I prefer watching than playing. Especially if it's like a really difficult game. Or if it's like a super niche game. Then I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Maiko or Fauna? Cool. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I guess it's the whole point of like why challenge videos are so popular. Oh, do you guys know Astral Spiff? He's like one of my favorite challenge YouTubers. He tends to focus on horror games, so usually they're pretty busted. You'll have to check him out. I quite like, he's kind of blown up recently. Yeah, let me give him a shout out actually, because he's a Twitch streamer. Really good. He does all sorts of, yeah, like crazy challenges. Like, that's almost specifically what he does. Oh no, my Dwarf Fortress ended. No. Right. I think I'm gonna close the queue. Actually, I don't think I watch his YouTube videos. He has a YouTube as well. I don't think I'm properly following him on here. Oh, shh. No, I'm not. Everyone is fucking streaming right now. Usually at this time, only like 2 people I know are streaming. That's whack. Maybe it's just a crazy day. Normally, I would not be streaming on Wednesdays, but I got sick last night. My tummy hurted and I was nauseous. Oh man, I want Papa John. I've been craving like disgusting like food recently, and I really want like Papa John's pizza, but the closest Papa John's to me is like a 40-minute drive, and I don't even have a car. I would drive 40 minutes just to have some of that Papa John's pizza though. Holy shit, guys. Disgusting how? Disgusting as in just greasy and not good for you. Earlier, I probably sounded like a health freak. I'm really not a health freak because I don't need to be. But man, I just want something gross. Yeah. And I think it's just because I've been eating like the same thing for the most part the last few days. Why have Papa John's pizza when you can have Mama Jane's pasta? I hate pasta! Yeah, you could throw me on the cross for that take. I deserve it. Blue pill take? Look, I just don't like it. I don't like things that have sauce in them. Oh, here we go! Here we go! Immediately, people are like, oh, you know there's more than one kind of pasta. You know, there's different kinds of noodles, different kinds of sauces, different kinds of shit you can put into it. I know there is. But I don't want it. It's icky! And nasty! Oh, you put the sauce on the pasta. I actually have some noodles that I got from the Asian supermarket a few weeks ago. Maybe I can... It wouldn't be a pasta. It would be like a soup of some sort. My mom did not mind your sauce last night. Well, I'm minding your sauce right now, young lady. Yes, right, of course. Pasta. Anytime you have noodles, it's immediately a pasta. You're Italian? Oh, oui. Oh god. A ciao. Buongiorno. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have something that is in real Italian. Il bianco. Oh. I dolcetino. Cigno cantando muore. My Italian pronunciation, not good. I learned Spanish and Latin, but Church Latin actually is my mom. No, she's not. My mom is in chat. No, she's not. I would have been like, oh, mom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Mom, oh. And she would be like, when you get home, we're gonna have a fucking sit down No, she wouldn't say that. I don't know what she would say. Oh, right, let's, Oh, fuck, I forgot to put stains on Mr. Lepulus here. Right, I forgot to put him in the cum jar for a little bit. Your mom can have a sit down on me, boo! Okay, first of all, how dare you say that about my mother? You whore! You whore! Oh yeah, by the way, if you're not really familiar with my streams, we talk about cum and go oh my god. Yeah, this is done. It looks alright, but it's done. There's only two genders, liberals. Cum and going. I guess Leppy doesn't really need any stains. Oh my god. Yeah, streamer's mom comes in and she's like, cope plus L plus go touch grass. I would die if my mom did that. Yeah, let's roughen Leppy up a little bit. Yeah, there's a reason why. Well, there's many reasons why we are an 18 plus stream. Oh. Gender? I hardly know her. Oh, Mycofana, what are your pronouns? Give me your pronouns right fucking now. Oh god, don't get me started on Cher's ex-husband. I hate that biatch. You're a she-they? There's so many she-theys in I'm starting to see why Lola has a joke about boys not existing. Damn it! Well, joke's on you. Because I think girls have cooties, and I think that, they stink. Damn it! You know, fucking everyone's becoming a lady around here. Potato's becoming a lady, Mudinho is thinking about becoming a lady. He's gonna become a Mudinha here pretty soon. That would be diabolical! It would be diabolical. Is that part of the gay agenda? Wait a minute. I think I'm starting to catch on to you darn queers. I already know that you're a she/her, Cherry. You told me last night. Well, actually not last night. The night before, I think. Yeah, I remembered. Hey now, you're a rock star, get your dick on. I'm trying to make it look like mold stains. It just looks like random parts in the fabric. Unless I am wrong, then please correct me. Actually, Leppy did go through a sort of washing machine. Oh, do you guys know Leppy's lore? We can end the stream with more lore. A car wash. You know, it looks like he's made out of leather, but he's supposed to be nice and soft and plushy. Right. What did you think about it? It's almost midnight. It's almost the witching hour. Bloody and awesome. Good. You should probably go. No worries, Cherry. I hope you have a wonderful night. Oh, the witching hour is 3 a.m.? Oh. It be 3 hours and 9 minutes till the witching hour. You would not come on Leppy. No, don't. Put your wheat.
No.
Stop it. Why are you coming on Leppy? You shahadi? Right, okay. I'm gonna make a computer noise. Okay. All over. It's like pulling off a bandage. Y'all make no sense. You tried to go out and see the comet and you saw nothing? Do you live in the city or like the country? Dial up noises. Oh, hold on, I can do that. La 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 la. Beep, 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 beep. Ah. The comet's name? Oh, you gotta stand in a dark room, no lights. Maybe a candle, if you're feeling kind of cute. And you gotta stand in front of a mirror and say the comet's name 3 times and spin around in a circle once, and it'll appear in the mirror. Oh my god! Not the sound I meant to press, but it'll teleport right behind you. Where is the comet? Where is the comet? It would swing by Mars. Okay, that's not really telling me a lot. I have a program. Okay. That's enough dial-up. I made it up. I made up the comet. Tee. Let's play some Kiku Miku. Very nice. You're dialed? Yeah, it is a celestial old one. What the hell do you think comets are? Allah. My source, I made it up. Teehee. Right. A green comet is flying past Earth. Blah blah blah. It will be possible to see it with the naked eye, weather permitting. Well, it's clear where I am. To find out where in the sky to look, follow our blog. No, I want to know now without following your dumbass blog. Where is it? Where's the comet? Where is it? Right, we can just use our imaginations to make up our own comet. It doesn't even have a name, like Halley's Comet, you know? This is like comet. La 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 la. A bright green nucleus and a long, faint iron tail. This is the first time ever. Right? Blah blah blah. But where is it? Where the fuck is it in the sky? So I'm not dicking around with my cock and ball shrinking in 24-degree weather. See, the reason why it's called the Green Comet, it's actually my beak, and the nucleus is my head. Oh, that's true. Yeah, there's bound to be a ton of videos tomorrow. I actually follow a bunch of space subreddits. Actually, can we get some Jadebeak spam? Oh, baby. I know what I'm spamming. Comet blue balls. I better not get blue balled. It's supposed to be in the northeast, around the North Star. Whoa, so it's like way up in the sky. Okay, actually. I don't know which way is east from my location. I used to know when I was in my old apartment. Mawalu, Oh. Oh, right. I meant to get out my star chart. You don't have enough to spam. No, I meant like your emotes. I want you to spam emotes. You have my full permission. Makes the night sky too dark. Damn, dude. Yeah, just unscrew it. Right, I want to turn on the scope mode. Oh, oh. How do I turn that on? Oh, wait, AR mode? Oh, oh, here we go. Here we go. So that's the northwest. And this is northeast. Aw, damn. And no, the moon is out. Oh, that might make things a little bit harder to see. Right, I'll look in that direction then. Yeah. The moon should be out, according to my, oh my god, you're right. I didn't know the moon was gay either. I'm gonna fucking kill the moon!
Bruh.
Bruh. Yeah, I guess that's all I have. Oh, right, okay. Story time. I'm pissing on the moon! I love Sonic dubs. That whole speech that the voice actor for Eggman did was just so over the top. I don't know how he didn't crack up during it. Right, but first of all, check this out. I did this for my warm-up today, like way earlier this morning. And I kind of like how it turned out. I really ought to do more colored warm-ups instead of just get used to anatomy type and perspective type warm-ups. Snapcube, thank you. I couldn't remember the name of the channel specifically that was making that content. Right. So, check this. I wonder who that is. Who's that? Oh, now I have a new picture of Leppy to use. So there's a few iterations of Leppy I gotta get here. Wait, she makes music too. That's new. To me, at least. Excuse me. No, don't pull out Leppy's antennae. Actually, he would let you. Leppy's too nice to say no, and it doesn't hurt him. No, where's all my fucking Leppy pictures? Where are they? Oh, this is kind of a funny comment. It's not like it's funny if you are 12, you know, and you don't have a sense of humor yet. You can look at that while I prepare more Leppy images. Here's another comic. I'll move this over. Sorry, Arcade. What's up, Light? I'm just getting images of Leppy. Beep. You let Beep die? I've never played Kenshi. I just know that Beep is the cute little Hiver companion you can find. He died from sun ray. Right. Oh, hold on. Oh, here we go. Good night, Cherry. And thank you for raiding. I really appreciate it. Is that it? Oh, here's another one. Leppy is big, by the way. I don't know if you can tell or not, but he's a big boy. Right, okay. Oh, and let me get an image of, like, Mint Leppy. Yeah, there we go. Right, let me get rid of this. And hide all of this. I can get rid of the comics. Let me, allow me to order all of this. Yeah, what's cum? Can you guys explain to me what cum... Actually, don't. Do not explain to me what cum is. I don't want to know. Here we go. I think that's all in the right order. So, Lepula... Oh, actually, and we have that new image that I can whip out and use. So, Lepulus is a propaganda tool, or I guess was a propaganda tool, used by the High Acre. So the High Acre, they were conquering an area of the continental continental North America that had a bunch of English-speaking people, but the High Acre... I need some, like, mysterious music. The High Acre wanted these people to, speak Latin. You know, they wanted to kind of indoctrinate the kids from the get-go. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's nice. Much better. Right, so the High Acre wanted to, like, get kids on all sorts of levels to learn Latin and to kind of absorb the culture of the High Acre. You know, it's like, it wasn't just enough that they conquered these towns and started to only force them and only do official documents in Latin. They were trying to force the kids, you know, typical colonial stuff, into speaking Latin. And what better way than to get a cute, recognizable character? That's what Leppy started out as. A character created by the High Acre to kind of, you know, seize the future, so to speak. And he was super popular, Lepulus was. Super duper popular. And eventually, like, he had all sorts of merch, all sorts of books. The Leppy that we know, that the huge robot, was created just as, like, a promotional sort of animatronic. Joy, actually, you know, because his father wanted him to learn Latin. Like, Leppy, he kind of fell out in popularity around the time when the DSR, aka the quote-unquote Enclave, tried to push back the High Acre, because they were like, you know, this is our land, even though the High Acre had been living there for the greater part. I said earlier century, but what I really meant to say was about, like, 30 to 50 years. So a pretty big chunk of time. Like, a full generation of people were living there. And then the DSR, with Joy's dad, started pushing them back, which is when Leppy started to fall out of popularity. But Joy's dad, because Latin is treated as an intellectual language in this universe, he kept all of his Lepulus books that his own father had and passed them down to Joy. So Joy grew up with Lepulus books that belonged to his dad and his grandfather from the time the High Acre ruled over that part of the United States. So, like, by the time that mix is happening, no one knows who Lepulus is. It's kind of like the kids of today knowing Dick Dastardly, but there wasn't, like, any reboot. You know? It's like if they knew characters from Wacky Racers. No, none of these kids know who those people are. It's like only if your parents or your grandparents exposed you to that kind of media. That's what Lepulus is to Joy and to, like, all of the other characters, unless they're, like, super old, like Georgia or Dr. Ube. Georgia, she's kind of like an Enclave remnant. She's pretty old. But instead of being in the Enclave, she was in the NCR, or the Stripes in this case. Lepulus' dark cousin. Yeah, then they rebooted Leppy, and they wanted Leppy to be edgy and to be hip with the kids, so they gave him a gun. Oh god. Oh, right. So this Leppy animatronic that was made, he was created and programmed to be, like, super friendly, nice to kids, promote good mental health, good morals, you know, all that gay shit. And then the animatronic was, because Leppy fell out of popularity, just kind of left in a wine cellar to rot. So then, you know, all of these years pass. It's been almost like a century. Like, now when I say almost a century, I actually mean almost a century of Leppy, the Leppy that we know, sitting in this dark wine cellar. And now he's got a bunch of mold on him. Yeah, things happened to Leppy in all that time. My poor little baby boy. My dumb little rabster. He's got just... He looks gross, and he's beat up, but he's still the exact same. And as you can tell, he's pretty fucking tall. He's a big boy. He's been eating his Wheaties, of course. Ooh, excuse me. My tummy's growling because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since, like, 6 or 7. That's about it. So how Ulysses meets Lepulus. Ulysses, his partner, Ricky, just died, so he's, like, grieving his death. Or he's trying to distract himself from grieving his death. And, he has a moment where he just screams, you know, he's so overwhelmed by grief, and he doesn't know how to cope with it. And that awakens Lepulus. Lepulus's thing is that he's, like, solar-powered. Don't ask where his solar panels are. He just kind of absorbs the light, I guess. Fucking robot magic sci-fi. Just go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? He's solar-powered, but he has a backup battery that is activated by sounds of anguish. Photosynthesis. My man photosynthesizes. He gets awoken by Ulysses, you know, screaming in anguish and agony over the death of Ricky. And, you know, Lepulus, he's a child mascot. He's not exactly equipped to deal with grief. Oh, photosynthesize? That sounds kind of yummy. You fuckers, you're making me hungry. Bruh. Wait to make me hungry. Actually, make me more hungry so that I'll be likely to eat more. After that, Ulysses and Lepulus start... Oh my... Why are you breaking things? They start traveling. And at a certain point, Lepulus meets Georgia, and Georgia, think of Boone. Georgia basically is Boone. Let me get a picture of Georgia. Georgia, Georgia, la la la. Georgia. Here we go. Georgia. Everyone tends to call her Emily. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's French. But her close friends and her fellow, like, war veterans call her Georgia. Ulysses takes Lepulus to go to Georgia, and Georgia's like, oh, I'll clean her. I'll clean this little dinosaur. Georgia actually doesn't speak, she's mute, but that's, again, whole other story. Whole other thing. So then Lepulus gets all cleaned up. But imagine he still looks like this, but without all the mold and ambiguous white stains on him. Then Ulysses kind of fucks off to do more things with the stripes, and we don't really see Lepulus a lot until the blue period when Ulysses meets Joy. And then, so imagine this, right? You grew up in the apocalypse, but you as a kid, you watched Blue's Clues. And you fucking loved it. You know, that was the one little bit of true joy that you could hold on to, even in your adult life. Now imagine if you saw a huge animatronic Blue. You would go crazy. You would go stupid. And that's kind of what Joy did. So Joy sacrificed his lab coat to sew up, like, all of Leppy's quote-unquote wounds. I guess they kind of are wounds. So that's why his right hand is white. It's actually the remnants of Joy's lab coat. And hence why Joy is not wearing his lab coat henceforth. Because he helped sew up good old Leppy. Leppy, like, I tend to forget how big Leppy is until I see him in closer images like this. And then I go, wow, he's a big boy. I want to snuggle right up in there. Oh, baby. And then Leppy dies. Spoiler alert, Leppy kicks the bucket, but he gets better. There's a plush toy that Ulysses has that it's, in his mind, it's super connected to Ricky. A lot of things happen because of Ricky. It's a Parasaurolophus plush. Yeah, this is what I mean by Leppy version 2. Leppy gets better, and he gets put into Cabinet. That's what this plush's name is. It's Cabinet. One thing I forgot to say throughout this entire conversation, Leppy has horrible memory issues. Like, his ability to write events into his, like, memory banks is really bad because he's been rusting for the better part of a century in that wine cellar. You know, like, there's a bunch of mold damage on his circuitry. And it actually comes up in the plot sometimes where he repeatedly asks, like, who Joy is, who Ulysses is. At one point, I guess at another point, Joy gets his arm cut off from a hiker. Completely different event, like, completely different incident from getting disemboweled, by the way. Like, this is before the gang even gets Ethelwulf into the ranks. Joy gets his arm slashed off very horribly. It's very gruesome and gory. And the next morning, you know, Joy's magically better. Who knows why? And Leppy is like, oh, I don't remember that happening. Joy looks just fine to me. And Ulysses is like, am I tripping? Hello? Hello? Another thing I forgot to mention. This is when Ulysses is fucking around with the States. The States, they reconquer a hiker-occupied town, and they have all these prisoners of war, and one of the striped soldiers wants to beat kids for whatever reason. He's like, oh, I'm gonna hit these loud kids. They speak Latin and they're dirty fucking foreigners. You know, just like, you know, evil, almost for the sake of being evil shit. And Ulysses is like, oh, that's not good. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And Leppy is a complete pacifist, by the way. Like, you could be, like, you know, trying to hurt him or actually ripping apart his body, and he would just be like, oh, he's just having, they're having so much fun. But Leppy, this is the one time in the whole story where he gets violent and he fucking kills this guy just because he threatened children. So, Leppy's pretty based. Oh, and when I say gang, I mean this. Ulysses has a whole gang for every act of the story. There are 3 acts. In the Blue Period, or the third and final act, the Blue Period, it's Ulysses, Joy, Ethelwulf, and Leppy. I haven't really thought about the Red Period, or the second period yet, because he's with 2 different factions at once, and it happens very quickly. But in the Yellow Period, the first period, it's Ulysses and Ricky, River. No, that's not the right thing. Thank you. River. And Diane. Diane, where are you? Diane! Here's Diane, but she's not wearing her typical dress. One day, I really like the formatting of this image. I will draw her in her actual, like, dress. Oh, and let me get a better image of Ricky. This little bastard, 95% of the events that happen in this story happen because of Ricky. This bastard, this evil little twink. I swear to God. Ricky, he's... a lot of stuff happens with Ricky. Maybe that can be another end of the stream story. I feel like the stuff I have for Diane, she gets pretty fleshed out. River, I still have to think about River. I know how their story ends, and unfortunately, River's story, their story comes to an end. Ricky, whole iceberg. And I don't have a lot of... I need to draw more art of Ulysses. I have a lot of Ulysses in the Blue Period, and... yeah. Here's a good one. Yeah, like Ulysses S. Grant in this biatch. No, the real reason why Ulysses is named that is because, Ricky here, this evil little twink with the glasses, he actually gave Ulysses that name because he's like, we're on our journey, and he was teaching Ulysses how to read. He gave? Yeah, they are pretty gay. He was teaching Ulysses how to read, and Ulysses kind of got enamored with the, I think it's a Homerian epic of Odysseus. And Ricky's like, oh, that's a perfect name. Ulysses. You can be named Ulysses. Before, Ulysses was called Styx, as in the, like, the god of the underworld. Or the river, the river of the underworld. Alright, I'm sweaty as fuck. I'm hungry, and I want to go see that goddamn comet. Oh. I think I know where to go. Na 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 na. Na na. Thank you. And as always, if you have any questions for any reason, I am always happy to answer. Or if you want me to explicate any character that you're curious about, like you see me bring someone up, and just go right past them, and you want to know more about them, just ask. We're gonna go raid Zest. Thank you everyone for coming to the drawing stream. Tomorrow will be more Fallout to Fall. Oh my wing. Fallout to Fall. So, look forward to that. Goodbye, bye. I don't know what we'll do on Friday. Maybe Jupiter Hell. I haven't played that for a little bit, and I've been craving it. So, take it easy everyone, and stay warm.